Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to learn that how we can create VPC network, routes, firewall, and internet gateway in Google Cloud. So let's jump to the VPC network of Google Cloud. So you can see that there is the one default VPC which comes by default and which is created by the Google team, which is not recommended to use in the production or in your testing environment. Because suppose you have one application which is running on a computer instance, and that server is wanted to connect with the on-prem, but suppose you have this VPC, default VPC, and this and you are using this subnet called US Central 1. So this is the one IP. It has some range 10.128. This can be overlapped with your on-prem network. So it's better to avoid to use this default VPC uh, in your projects. But you can use this VPC for your testing purpose. But we will create a new VPC, which is known as the custom VPC. Okay, so let's give one name to our VPC, and we will create two subnets. Subnet 1, and region we choose Asia South 1, and we can give a range of with subnet mask of slash 24. And you can see, you can also use this tool to just calculate that how many IPs are coming on this subnet mask. You can see if we are using slash 24 subnet mask, it will give you a 256 IP. So first IP will be your 10.0.1.0 and your last IP will be 10.0.1.255. Okay, so let's create another subnet which is called subnet 2, and here we choose the region Asia South 1, and we will choose the IP range, that is 10.0.2.0/24, and we will make it done. And for now we are not adding firewall rules here, and we will click on the create button. And it will take around 2 to 3 seconds to come up with your subnet and the VPC. So if we click on the refresh button, we can see that VPC, my VPC is still is creating. Okay. So you can see now that my VPC has been created, and it will show you that how many subnets this VPC is containing. Okay, so let's talk about the routes here. So if we click on the routes, you can see, and if we click our network my VPC and we choose Asia South 1, that is Mumbai region, and if we click on the view, you can see that these three routes are has been created for our VPC. Okay, so the last route is the default internet gateway. So in AWS we are creating the internet gateway, and we are separately attaching that internet gateway to the VPC. But in the GCP, the internet gateway attached to a VPC by default. Okay, and you can see that these two routes are has been created to by default. These are the local routes so that they can talk to each other. Okay, so this is the route concept. And third, let's check about the firewall. So we will create one firewall rule to take the SSH. So we will just give a name called SSH, and we will choose our VPC, and we will specify the target. We can give a dev server, and for the demo purpose we can give a range called 000/0, and for TCP we will give a 22 port number. Let's create one firewall rule. So if we refresh it, we can see that firewall rule has been created. Let's create one instance, and let's give a name, dev server. Region we will choose Asia South 1, and you can choose any zone. Let's create one E2 micro instance. So while creating the compute instance, you can use a custom as well if you want to give one CPU and so by default we can give only two CPU and the 1 GB RAM, and you from here you can choose the operating system as well, CentOS, Debian, Fedora, and you can increase your size as well, but for the demo purpose we will make it default. And for the network, so in the previously you can see that we have created one firewall which is network tag called dev server, so we will give name here. And for the network we will choose a VPC which we have been created. So my VPC has been created, subnet 1. Let's click on the create button. You can see that our server is up and running. So let's click on the SSH button, and we will try to ping the google.com to just check that whether our instance is having the internet access or not. Okay, so let's do ping google.com. So it seems that our VM is able to reach the internet. So that's in today's video. In my next video, we will talk about the share VPC. Okay. Uh, Thank you, and please like and subscribe my channel.